Welcome back to another episode of Movie Mayhem. As always, I'm Spanky.
I'm G.
Usual shout-outs go to Chucky's Playground, that new layout by Tiffany Valentine, looking awesome.
Yeah.
The Metal Matt podcast.
Yeah.
Chucky 115 awesome.
Yeah.
With his Instagram page and his projects. And, of course, Simon Gray with the Ballad of Tiffany Valentine.
Yeah.
So, we did our Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
We stretched out the Christmas season a little bit.
Maybe next year we'll do Hanukkah movies.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there are that many.
There's 8 Crazy Nights.
There's the Hebrew Hammer.
There's Yentl.
There's plenty of Jew movies out there. We'll figure it out. So now we're kind of getting back into the swing of things.
Now Jesus' birthday is over, but on the topic of Jesus.
We're doing... It's a dramedy from 2004, a drama comedy. And it's called Saved.
It has Mandy Moore, Jenna
Malone.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, a rare appearance
I know.
outside of him being finger fucked by Michael Jackson. Outside of that age, he's
a big Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, he's older, and Mary Louise Parker.
Oh, is that the ugly girl?
That's the mom.
Oh.
The ugly girl is...
The one who talks funny.
Oh, Heather Matarazzo.
Oh, God.
Matarazzo. That's, if you've seen Princess Diaries, she's the annoying friend.
With the bad hair.
The duck-looking bitch. And, so, this movie is... I like it. It has a lot of satire. Mm-hmm. And then it makes fun of those overly pushy...
Born again Christian people.
Goddamn Bible thumpers. And,
yeah, my aunt.
And this follows Mary, this girl named Mary, ironically.
I know, right?
And she's played by Jenna Malone, and she's friends with Mandy Moore, who plays Faye.
Who made Hillary Faye. Not even just Hillary, not even just Faye, but Hillary Faye.
And her little brother is Macaulay Culkin, named Roland, and he's a cripple.
And he's rolling.
Yeah. And then there's and they're kind of like Christian friends, like Mandy Moore and Mary, and they have
a clique called the
Christian Jewels.
Christian Jewels.
They are in the band.
Yeah, that's like my brother's high school.
These are the fucking music where everyone's just raising their hands. Yeah, with their
hand. And I have personal experience, man. I've been to many, many, many church services where, I don't know how the hell they're playing the piano and worshiping the Lord at the same time. The one's got their hand and the other one's playing the piano. Which reminds me of how, in, some high schools, especially where I'm from, there's, the Cougars for Christ was one of the groups. It's the Christian Jewels.
So, now the premise of this movie is pretty simple as well. Mary has this boyfriend, Dean, and one day...
They like to tell secrets underwater.
That's one of their games, and they're very Christian, save themselves from marriage, don't sin. And Dean comes out as gay. He
says, I think I'm gay, and she's like...
And she hits her head, and there's this pool guy that kind of looks like Jesus.
Yeah.
And he dives in the water to save her, and she's, all delirious from being hit in the head, and he, tells her that she needs to do his work. And that's where she gets the idea to have sex with Dean.
To have sex, and that would shake the gay out of him.
Yeah. And...
'Cause that's how that works.
And she ends up getting pregnant. Now, the problem is, Dean's parents find out he's gay, and they send him to Mercy House.
Mercy House, which is...
one of those...
a despicable institution put by Christian people...
that can fix people that are gay,
people that are horny, apparently, and just...
it's whatever isn't...
Well, their whole community is just ridiculous. Peter Popoff kind of people who believe that their pool water is from the river of Jordan.
So, they pretty much exile you to there.
Yeah.
To be fixed. And the thing is, places like these do exist.
Yeah, they do.
So, and...
Go to Utah.
There's this, rebellious girl at the Christian school. She's actually Jewish.
Yeah, she was not accepted to any school other than that one.
And she's kind of hangs out with Roland and becomes a bad influence on him.
Yeah. Well, Roland was never a Bible thumper.
Yeah, he just kind of goes with it.
Couldn't really run away.
That's a good one. And he kind of forms like a romantic relationship with Cassandra.
With Cassandra is the Jew girl's name.
So, Dean gets sent away to the Mercy House, and it slowly becomes like Mary. At first, she's going to go to Planned Parenthood to get an abortion. And Cassandra and Roland see her, so they know she's preggers.
Yeah.
And they kind of keep a secret, and the three of them kind of become friends.
Yeah, because they're the only ones who haven't judged her.
Yeah, and her friend Hilary Faye is like the most judgmental, uptight twat.
Well, because what happened was Dean had told Mary not to tell anybody that he was gay, and
she
confided in Hilary Faye and said, don't tell anybody, and Hilary Faye told the whole school and held a prayer service, which is another wonderful thing that delirious, delusional, reborn Christian people do.
And
I've seen it.
So, Mary starts kind of straying away from Hilary Faye and them. She gets kicked out of the Christian Jewels.
Well, and it's because Mary feels that if, she was doing God's work, he wouldn't punish her by getting pregnant, so it's funny, because they have this huge, statue of Jesus in their school, and she's like, fuck. Shit.
God damn.
And now she's kind of losing her faith a bit.
Yeah. And so she kind of gets outcasted. And then there's, so no one really knows she's pregnant, because she kind of just wears, clothes that hides it. And people just think she's getting fat or something like that, like her mom. Who's kind of like a bad mother. And, and there's, pranks going on between Cassandra and Hilary Faye. Roland steals his sister's credit card, and they use it to buy a bunch of clothes. And stuff like that. Hilary Faye tried to exorcise fucking Mary.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also this guy named Patrick, who's the main pastor at the school's son.
Yeah.
And he's the love interest.
Pastor Skip's son.
And he's the love interest of Mary. And so it's kind of playing on that, and then Hilary Faye schemes to spray paint and graffiti a bunch of bad shit on the school and frame it on Cassandra and Mary.
Yeah.
And Cassandra gets expelled. And that's when they also find an ultrasound in Mary's locker.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl teacher was going to kind of hide it.
Yeah, but it fell out of her hands.
And then so everybody saw it. And that's when the cat's out of the bag.
They tried to exile her to Mercy House.
Yeah, her mom was going to do it. And on top of that, and then it's getting closer up to prom. And she wants to go, and that's where they find the credit card statement from Hilary Faye.
She's kind of been doing some shit.
That she bought the spray paint.
Yeah, because the school was completely spray painted with all that profanity about God and whatnot.
And
tried to frame them.
So they go there anyway. And they kind of call out Hilary Faye.
Yeah.
But then Hilary Faye sees the statement, and it's also, she points out how Roland stole their credit card.
Yeah.
And so the pastor can't do anything about it, anyone who done it. And then, what else? And then, they kind of call her out. They're like, would you swear to God that you didn't do it?
Yeah.
And she does.
Which is
And that's when the, dopey duck bitch who found the receipt in her van along with like an empty spray paint can, calls her out.
Yeah.
And that's when like everyone turns on Hilary Faye. She just kind of storms out.
Yeah.
And
She drives into the statue of Jesus.
and the head falls off. You're like, Jesus Christ. And then what was it? And then Dean and his boyfriend show up, and a bunch of people from Mercy House. It's like an Indian.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the whole acceptance lesson going on. Accept us for who we are. And then, what was it? Mary starts, her water breaks.
Yeah.
And so she has a baby girl, and it's kind of like odd because there's the ambulance, and she's about to have the baby, and the ambulance starts like, oh, only one of you can go. And Patrick's like, well, I'm her boyfriend. And then Dean's like, well, I'm the baby's daddy. I'm the father. and then Dean's boyfriend's like, I'm the father's boyfriend. And then the mom comes in rather.
She's like, fuck all y'all. And then she goes in.
And so then it's like a good family moment. Everyone comes together out of like Patrick, Dean's boyfriend, the mother, Roland, and Cassandra. They all have fun in the hospital.
So that's a good place to have fun.
And
well, because the gay father like just twirls and jumps around outside. It's like, she's perfect.
Yay! And then there's Pastor Skip outside, like trying to decide whether he comes in and apologizes or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then Mary reveals that she now returns to believing in God. And it's a happy ending. So, and that's pretty much the movie. So it plays really heavily on those born again Christians.
I like it because it reveals a lot of the
it is very
hypocrisies of
yes,
born again Christianity.
And just how like stuck up they are.
Yeah.
And it had Macaulay Culkin in it. That's initially what got me.
Yeah, because he doesn't do anything anymore.
Exactly. He's in a band called like Pizza Underground. He looks like a homeless man.
Yeah.
Like
he hasn't showered in 10 years. That's what Daddy did.
Yeah, like he's in a band called the Pizza Underground. And he did that thing where he was wearing a shirt with Ryan Gosling's picture on it, and Ryan Gosling would wear a shirt with his picture on it. You remember that?
No, I'm not surprised that you know that, though. Pay attention to Ryan Gosling way more than anybody else does.
But, yeah, well, he's a big, sexy man. But, let's look at his filmography. Macaulay Culkin's,
hasn't done anything since...
Well, he was in one movie called Party Monster. It was his lesser-known movie, but his last, known movie before Saved was, Richie Rich.
Oh.
In 1994. So this was 9 years later. On TV, he was in the episode of Will and Grace. So he was gone, out of the spotlight.
How old is he now? He's gotta be close to 30.
He's 34.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
Actually, that sounds about right.
So yeah, he was out of the spotlight for 9 years. And you're like, well, what the fuck happened to this guy? And then I see a preview for this movie. And it's like, Macaulay Culkin, I'm in.
I just saw it on HBO at my dad's house.
Because that's where I saw it too.
Yeah, I watched it on HBO, and I'm like, because it had Mandy Moore in it. And I'm like, fuck, Mandy Moore's a bitch.
So, I like it.
I like it too. It's been a very long time since I've seen it. When we rewatched it again, ever since the first time on HBO, I don't think I've ever watched it. And that was in 2006.
Yeah, I recommend, especially if you don't like those people. Yeah, because they're assholes. They're very hypocritical.
Yeah.
And Yeah, like, G's been exposed to that firsthand. I've been exposed to it a little bit.
Oh, I've been exposed to it very much firsthand.
Yeah. So, like, I was almost forced to be a
And
born
that's
again
why
Christian.
I remember, like, I signaled my brother to come watch it with me because it's like, hey, this is like crazier in the hole. And it's like, it's just funny because if you're exposed to it firsthand and you don't agree with it and you see all the I can't say that word, hypocrisies in it. It really, but even if you've never been.
Yeah, it's just a great movie. It's very funny. It's a good mix of drama and comedy.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Definitely do. So.
It's on Netflix. So.
Yeah, and if you watch Orange Is the New Black, it's gonna be under a sector that says.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pennsatucky's watched.
So I didn't know they did that. Like.
I think.
Is it like a gag?
It definitely is a gag.
Because
there's also Jesus Cam.
Yeah, because they took a character
like
from the
Baby
show.
Boy.
There's this show, Orange Is the New Black, and it's about female prisoners, and there's a really religious one called Pennsatucky. And it said Pennsatucky's Picks, and it's a bunch of Jesus movies.
I saw him. Well, because I saw it wrote, and I didn't realize, I didn't, like, look at the subtitle.
Yeah, and I was like, why am I getting a bunch of Jesus movies?
I'm like, geez, man, what have you been watching last week?
So, I recommend it. Watch it. You won't regret it. So, and, that about wraps us up for this time.
Yeah, it does.
As for our next movie, I think we decided this is a first time for G.
Yeah, so.
This is a movie where I see it's very obscure. I remember seeing it on like Showtime or HBO a lot. And I like it. It's a drama.
I thought it was a figure skating movie.
She thought it was a figure skating movie. She thought I was joking. It's from 1995. It stars Sean Patrick Flannery, Mary Steinbergen, Jeff Goldblum. I think those are the only ones. It's called Powder.
It's about an albino.
Shh, don't ruin it. That's half the movie. So I'm looking forward to it because I haven't really watched that movie in forever, and it's going to be a first time for G, and she's probably going to cry.
Oh, yeah, I'm really bad for that.
So, thank you for listening. Stay tuned, and until next time, stay classy.
See ya.